Hey besties, it's Rosie. Besties, I had a real wild night in the astrals last night, okay? And I woke up at like 5 in the morning, couldn't really go back to sleep, so I decided to do a meditation on YouTube by Steve Noble. If you guys have never checked him out, I really recommend him. I've worked a lot with Steve Noble over the years, and I really enjoy the content that he puts out. He's also just an incredibly kind and wonderful, tapped in human being. So if you've never heard of him before, check him out on YouTube. I've had a lot of really weird experiences over the years during his meditations, but the one I did today, it was some kind of like transmission for unlocking like prosperity or something like that. And in the middle of it, I just kind of went somewhere else. I don't know if I fell asleep for a little bit or I just kind of like sidestepped into another little side quest that I was doing, but suddenly I found myself driving in my car on the road, and there was an obstacle in the road. There was like a trailer parked in the road, and when I attempted to go around it, I realized that there was someone coming from the other side. So I tried to back up and get out of the way. Only when I did, I realized that I was on the edge of a very, very steep cliff, and my car fell off the side of the road into the ocean below. And as I was falling, I had this realization. I was like, oh no, like I'm going to die. But even in the vision or the dream or whatever it was, I had this big sense of peace and acceptance wash over me. And I knew that yes, I was dying, but it was because the level was ending and I was going to be reborn. Anytime you die in your dreams, it's indicative of a timeline collapsing. Whatever timeline you're on is collapsing and a new one will begin. And I woke up from that experience feeling very grateful, feeling very excited, feeling very renewed, because I knew that like whatever happened from this point forward was going to be on a completely new playing field. Like even though I woke up in the same bed that I went to sleep in the night prior, I know that like whatever happens from this point forward is just going to be different. And bestie, those are the messages that I'm getting with the Oracle cards today. I'm getting these two cards. One is called No Rain Today, and one is called Morning Dew Girl. I want you to notice the raindrops in both of these cards, because this is what is significant. In the aftermath of one of the most traumatic periods of my entire life, one of my friends who is a practitioner, she's probably the most talented person alive on this planet. Her name's Carrie. She's from the Energy Weaver Academy, the Macro Symposium. I'll link her stuff too. She did a reading for me / look into my Akashic records, and she said that I was using my tears that I was crying over what I was grieving to weave a new path forward. And bestie, I think that that's the element of what I'm seeing for you here also, okay? Whatever it is you're grieving, whatever it is you're leaving behind, whatever old timeline just collapsed, the emotions that you are feeling from that can be used to seed a new path forward. It is the machete in your hand to clear the way forward. And from this place, you can create whatever you want. Whatever it is you're grieving, you can use that as a guiding star. Whatever it is you didn't get from that situation that you wanted, create a new path towards that, okay? And you might have to use your imagination here. Bestie, I'm getting that for a lot of you, this message will be in matters of the heart. It will have something to do with either partnerships, love, twin flames, family, something with a 2 energy, okay, where there's 2 of something. Bestie, I'm speaking to somebody who, and I don't know how much of an awareness you have, but you have a high degree of ability and creatorship over the timelines in your life. The timelines that you are on and the timelines around you. Like if you're resonating with this message, if you felt drawn to it, if you're watching this, this is for you. It is to give you some awareness of the fact that you are in control of the timeline that you're on. You have the ability to collapse them. You have the ability to change courses. You have the ability to make new ones. In Spirit, there's kind of like this element, this idea of taking the spare pieces and parts from timelines that have either collapsed of their own accord or ones that you are consciously collapsing, and creating something new with them. You can take all these pieces and parts and put them together and create something better. So if there were pieces of those old timelines that you liked, you can use those. And if there were pieces you didn't, you can recycle and transmute those. Bestie, this might be related, or this could be an aside to that message, but I'm seeing that some of you are feeling kind of stranded right now. You might feel stuck somewhere that you don't know how to get out of. And this is a reminder from Spirit that you are co-creating this experience with them. And that if you are manifesting, if you are setting the intention that you're getting the heck out of here, Spirit is going to step up and kind of give you this helping hand. There's this energy of partnership. There's someone coming in to put their arm around you, to usher you out of this place. You're not in this alone. I think so many people feel hopeless in the situations that they're in because they think that it completely falls to them to get themselves out of it. And that simply isn't true, bestie. Like, we are here co-creating with Spirit. Sometimes help hasn't come through yet because you haven't asked for it. Or maybe you have asked for it, but you're not actually open to receiving it. Maybe there's some like undeservingness in your system when these things actually come forward to you. So I want you to remember that help is available to you, but you do have to ask for it. Your free will be honored. So if you are bound and determined to do everything by yourself, Spirit will honor that, but they do want you to know that, like, it's not the only way. Bestie, this is a message that I have experienced, that I have learned many, many, many times over. A lot of times Spirit will purposely hide the missing piece that we need in another person to force us into partnerships because they don't want us here doing it alone. We didn't come here to do it alone. We came here to do it together. This is a communal effort. So these two cards, I think, really speak to that. This elephant is holding that key, and the girl that came out with him has got the lock. There's someone in your life waiting to partner with you. And maybe this isn't even another person. Maybe this is Spirit saying, hey, I've got the key and you've got the lock. Like, if you want to get out of this room, you need to ask me. And they will purposely back you into corners in situations like this where you're forced to ask for help because they're trying to show you, like, this is so much bigger than you. This is so much bigger than your ego and whatever thing you're trying to prove to yourself and the people around you that you can do it by yourself. Like, it's so much bigger than that. So they will kind of put you in this energy of having to ask for help because they want you to prove something to you, because this is a stepping stone for what comes next. Because what you're ultimately meant to be creating here, the thing that would make you happiest, you're going to have the assistance of others. It is not something that can be built by one person. The Sistine Chapel was not built by one person. Maybe it was conceived of by one person, but it was not brought to fruition by one person, okay? And that is whatever it is you're creating in your life. So bestie, don't be resistant to help. Whatever wounds you have around receiving help, unpack those, feel those, heal them. You have to remain open to the assistance that is waiting to come in for you, because it is a big piece of the puzzle that is going to usher you forward. You need to take this night ride. You need to stand under someone's umbrella for a little bit, and you need someone to provide the chariot to carry you forward from this place. It's just part of it. You're deserving of it. Open and be receptive to the help that is coming.